Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's
favorite kids cooking show.
Oh no, my goodness, he's trying to get me in trouble with Amy. But we're in Louisiana right now, and you know, in my volume 3 cookbook, Chris put 2 recipes in.
I think so too.
And he's going to cook one of them for us, and I'm going to video him cooking. So it is on page 7.
Page 7, yeah.
7 of volume 3, and it's Crawfish Corn Bisque. And he said
You can use, I know a lot of y'all are not from where we are, where there's a lot of crawfish, but you can use shrimp in exchange, and I've got some we might put in there well to double it up. You can put whatever you want to it. That's the thing about moving down here almost 20 years ago now, learning to cook here. There ain't really, you don't measure stuff and you just add different stuff every time to change it. So we're gonna play with it a little bit.
hey, that is great. So I'm going to be behind the camera, and I'll be talking with Chris, but he's going to tell you how he makes it. And he has, I'll get my camera.
First off, it's really not my recipe. I worked with a lady at Covington High School who's a softball coach, Coach Christine Beauvais, and she was there forever, longer than I'm alive. But she's the one that told me about this and taught me how to do it. It's really easy and it's really good. So I have my wife's grandmother's Magnolite pot that she gave me before she passed away about 8 years ago, I guess. But so we use it, but it's a stick of butter you melt down. And they talk down here about the Holy Trinity, meaning onions, bell peppers, and celery. Well, I just have onions and bell peppers. It's just 1 green bell pepper, 1 onion, and you just put them in there.
Anything's good with onion and bell pepper.
Yep.
And if they wanted to put celery, they could, but this recipe doesn't call for it because you're going to get the celery taste in another ingredient after that's cooked down a little bit. We're down here, I think you already know this, my folks know that our granddaughter, Maddie, graduated Friday night from Hannon High School, and we're here for her graduation.
Her second graduation. They do it differently. They had the
baccalaureate.
Yeah, however you say that, mass last night, and it was the cap and gown, but now tonight they walk across the stage and do the whole diploma thing, so we get to go dress back up again for that.
That's right.
But after you get the vegetables in there, you can take whatever Cajun seasoning you like. I've got many options. This is a guy who's on TV here locally. You've probably all seen him. That's Money Dude, the Cajun two-step guy. It's pretty good. It's not as salty as some of the other ones.
And as you can see,
there's no measuring.
Measuring. And Mississippi Queen, I know you watched me some, and because I watch you, and I noticed, you don't measure either, so I think that's from the Bay St. Louis area down there.
It's hard to mess it up.
That's right. That's right. It's hard to. You just can keep adding. I know you love Tony's. The Mississippi Queen loves.
Yeah, Tony's is good. Tony's is a little more salty than this. They're both really good, but Tony's is a little more salty tasting than this particular guy that makes his.
Yeah.
Let those kind of do their thing for a few minutes just to get them soft, and then we're going to add a few other ingredients. I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. It's very simple. It's a can of cream of celery, a can of cream of mushroom. I go sometimes 1 whole can of the sweet corn cream style, but if you want it to be a little thicker, you can do 2. So we'll probably go 1.5, and then there's 1 pint of the heavy whipping cream.
Okay.
And then you add your crawfish on the back end, and let it do its thing.
Well, what we're going to do, I'm going to pause this, and when it's ready to add the other, I'll be back. Okay, we are back, and look who's with us now. This is Amy, my second Amy. This is Blake and Maylee and Bryce and all the girls' moms.
Yep.
Hello.
And she loves crawfish, anything crawfish.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris.
Now we're going to add just a can of cream of mushroom.
Okay.
1 whole can.
Maybe you like this.
I do, and you know I'm picky.
I know.
I don't like meat. Bryce, it smells good. I don't like meat, but I love seafood. Obviously, Bryce does not.
No,
But it's very good, and it's really good if you use crawfish from like a crawfish boil.
and I think that's
That's
what
what we did. We had some left over from we boiled a couple sacks this weekend for I guess Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Sorry. Sorry. We're in graduation season. I thought that was
Yes, we are.
it.
So,
We're gonna do just gonna start with 1.5 of these. We're not gonna go the whole 2 yet.
okay.
Kind of just let that do its thing. It looks really thick right now, but it'll loosen up in a little bit.
You know what's so neat? I know there are a lot of guys that do cook, and I think both Amy's are blessed because both of their husbands like to cook.
I don't cook.
You can cook, but you don't have time to cook.
I just, yeah, but I really don't. It's not my favorite thing to do, so I'm glad I know how to cook tacos. Thanks, Maylee. But Chris is a very good cook, but he's learned from the best.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
And he cooks differently from me.
Last thing is the most important, the healthiest of the whole thing. Use a whole pint of the heavy whipping cream. That's gonna thin it back out some.
And make it good and rich.
Yes, very.
Very rich.
It's like a gallon of paint now.
That's what it looks like.
But it tastes good.
Oh wow. And Chris told me that from the crawfish boil that y'all had on Mother's Day, he saved.
Yeah, what didn't get eaten, and we had a lot of people to eat. They call it. Amy's mom calls it picking them. You have to basically stand around and peel them all because
You want
you
them?
don't want to waste them.
And it's kind of a pain to do, but
It is.
you can buy them already peeled at the
Yeah,
grocery.
here you can buy them peeled and seasoned and frozen, and that's kind of what you do sometimes in the wintertime because there's not crawfish is a season here. It's basically from January to right at the end of May, June, so we're almost to the end of it. But you can get them year round. These are the leftovers from the other day.
And Chris told you earlier that if you don't have crawfish where you're from, you can use frozen shrimp, and this could be a shrimp corn bisque. I'm sure you could use any kind of seafood you wanted. Oh
That's-
yeah.
Now let Mama
That's
Sue
what you
try
get
one.
off of one crawfish. You gonna eat it?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me put you on camera.
Yep.
Show me around. I don't like to pick them. I'll eat them like this.
May got her one. All right.
What you think?
I think they're good. They taste a lot like shrimp.
They do.
Very similar. But this is, I don't even know, probably 2 pounds worth of those crawfish tails.
And they were frozen. And he has, since we started this, he put them in a colander, ran water. Won't
Still
take
got
them long.
Right.
Angela, I know you're not liking our camera skills because we're flipping it and everything, but people understand Mama Sue's not a pro.
And these were left over. These are already boiled potatoes that were also in the crawfish bowl. Learn here not to waste a lot of stuff. We're gonna
Waste.
We're gonna put them in there too. It's not on the recipe in the book, but we're gonna just add it to it. And they're already cooked. They just gotta
Warm up.
warm up.
Mm-hmm. A guy that goes to church with us was raised in Louisiana, but everybody talked about how he made the best spaghetti in the world. So it's been several years ago. He was at his daughter-in-law's house, and they called and said, "We're having spaghetti, so come over." Well, the sauce was,
Right.
it was delicious.
Red
But
sauce?
yes, but let me tell you what he had in it. He had potatoes, and this is what got me. He had boiled eggs, and he said, of course, they tasted Italian, you know.
Right.
He said, growing up, you used whatever you had, and it made it go farther. So
All about not wasting.
that's exactly right. And you know, Chris, when he started to make this today, he said, I hope I have everything that I put on the recipe. And I said, well, listen, they've learned from me that you make do with what you have, but he had everything.
So that'll
So now you're just gonna let this simmer.
let it simmer, and we'll cook some rice later to pour it on top of, because it's a soup, but I mean it'll fill you up because it's very rich, but it's really good over rice.
Well, we're gonna let you go right now, and when it's ready to eat, we'll be back and show you. Okay, this has been simmering for how long?
It's probably 45 minutes.
45 minutes. He did add some shrimp,
Shrimp and just a little bit of water to thin it up a little bit.
and you put a few mushrooms.
Well, the cream of mushroom soup.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Look,
We didn't do rice, but
it's the corn, crawfish corn bisque.
tell him to be quiet.
And so we're gonna
We're gonna let Uncle Sean be the tester.
yes, we are. Oh Lord. Okay.
Oh, you got one? Let me take the baby. Yeah. Come here.
That's Mason.
That is Mason.
That's delicious.
I'm telling you, y'all try it because it is in volume 3, and this was a very easy recipe, and I think that you would like it. So you go, if you want to order volume 3, go to mamasusouthernkitchen.com, and it'll tell you how you can order all of the cookbooks. Hey, Maddie, come over here. This is our graduate.
Dun, dun,
Nephew.
And this, yeah, look here,
Great
and this is
cousin.
Mason. This is our great grandchild, and hey, he wants his pop. That's it. But y'all, we're here in Louisiana to celebrate Maddie, and I will have pictures later of all of Chris's children. They're all here. So that's what we'll have. We will see you soon.